No, I do not like Gavin Newsom. I do not
Take it away.
Newsom at all. In fact, I think I would submit that single parents in California get less money for food from the government than he spends on his daily moisturizing treatments.
I'm Dave Rubin, and joining me today is a New York Times best-selling author, a global activist, and a destroyer of bad people. Rose McGowan, finally, welcome to the Rubin Report.
Finally, Dave Rubin, and so we meet. Hello.
Destroyer of bad people. I felt that sort of captured your essence. How do you feel about that?
I think that's right on target. There was somebody right after, because I started going after Governor Cuomo about last January, right away on behalf of Lindsay Boylan. And someone on Twitter, the day he resigned, someone wrote on Twitter, a woman, God help you if Rose McGowan comes after you. And I'm like, finally, someone recognizes me. Christ, how many times do I have to tell these people, like, I mean what I say?
You have seriously destroyed some people, some pretty awful people, and we'll get to some of that stuff. And, you know, I want to talk about some new stuff with you too, but I've just learned something about you in the last couple days that we've been chatting, that you're a Larry Elder gal. Weird. And I'm a Larry Elder guy, and here we are. So talk to me.
Yeah, I was that weird, I don't know if I might have been the only performer in California ever under contract to Paramount Studios or Viacom that would leave set and listen to AM 640, Larry Elder. After that, it would be John and Ken. Sometimes, if I got really riled up, I would pull over on the way home. I always use the name Tracy. I tried to find the most basic name I could find because my voice was somewhat recognizable. So I was like, Rose, obviously. And I would literally call and go off on the Teachers Union of California or LA, or like the vice, why is the state legislature one full calendar year? Because it used to only be 6 months for the state legislature that they got paid. And then they're like, well, we can achieve more if you pay us for a whole year. But yeah, you only work for 6 months, if. So yeah, Larry Elder.
So you actually used a fake name and were calling into Larry Elder show over the years?
Yes.
And were you, I don't consider you conservative, and I know the labels all sort of mean nothing, and especially for someone like you, the idea of putting you in a box is kind of nuts. But like, do you sort of consider yourself conservative now, or libertarian-ish, or?
No.
Like what?
Smart, intelligent, like not dumb and logical. Unhurt. Right. Nobody seems to like to listen to that. Labels to me, if you flip things all the time, like the other night someone was yelling at me and like, I'm trying to sleep. And I was like, congratulations, I am trying to stay awake. Or I like flipping the language. So like literally the etymology of language is something that fascinates me. So if we took conservative, and if you take the word liberal, both now have because they've been slimed and smeared and weaponized, right? Aggressively weaponized against each other and against humans all over the world. But if you look at the definition of both, they're quite beautiful. And both are valid. And both can coexist. So libservative? I don't know. That's not pretty. I'll come up with something better. But I really think just by taking the power out of what something traditionally means, it was all invented at one point anyway.
Well, that Jordan Peterson guy that I toured with was always talking about that healthy tension between conservative and liberal, that's what you want if you're going to be in a sane society.
I don't know about a sane society, because I think that's still very limited. I think there's only two options at that point. If you have only two options ever, and there's no other choice, I think the biggest thing that, I would like to run on, if I ever run for anything, if they can make it so I don't have to live in the U.S. but can be a political figure there, I'll do it. But
you're not thrilled with the U.S. these days, huh?
I guess I thought it was 11. We'll put a pin in that. We'll go back to it. But, the thing is the largest voting bloc, I'm pretty sure, is the non-voter. Who's representing them? Maybe me.
Rose McGowan for the non-voter from another country. I like it.
Yeah, I have a podcast I'm doing. I've recorded 4 episodes so far. Definitely not normal, I guess, according to podcast standards. The first one, the engineer's like, okay, begin. And I'm like, fuck, what now? Ugh. And I smoke a bowl in the, I take a toke into the microphone, exhale, and then just freeform. And who knows what comes out, but it weirdly works, I think. So one of the episodes is about the fact that we are constantly talking about the voters in the media, in the US especially, and all over, but the people that are not the voters. So why aren't we talking to them? Why aren't we analyzing that? We know why, because they're only given two choices, and it's clearly not working. And as many alcoholics who go to AA know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Yeah, we're quite good at that in the United States. Let's back up, though, for a second to this elder situation, because I'm pretty amazed that you were calling in. Like, I can just sort of picture you on Mulholland
the nerd
calling
in
in
the
with your...
Panamera.
Like, they got to go into the archives and find some of these things. But it's not just that you like Larry and you like what's going on with his campaign, and we got a couple days left to save this freaking state. You really do not like Gavin Newsom, right?
No, I do not like Gavin Newsom. I do not
take it away.
Newsom at all. In fact, I think I would submit that single parents in California get less money for food from the government than he spends on his daily moisturizing treatments. And I think that goes, that sounds like a little zinger, but no, it really goes to show what these people prioritize, okay, who they really are. I was in California when he was lieutenant governor. I've been there, I was living there for a long time when he was like desperately trying to be governor. And it's like, dude, you look like Guido Jr. from a movie. What are you doing? Like, you're not the man, and you're alive.
Well, he looks like the guy from American Psycho.
Well, I think
he's the guy. He's Christian Bale in American Psycho.
I'm fairly sure that he did some, like, a deep fake AI where he stuck his face on Christian Bale's in the shower scene and probably also masturbates to that on a loop. Just saying. Can you say that on your show?
You can say that on my show. We have no rules here.
Cool. So it's not so much that I love Larry Elder, because some things like there's, certain things that I'm not as conservative on, or I don't even like that word, like I said, but, or square. Okay, square. I'm a little bit more like, I like weirdos. I like tiny adventures. I like seeing where the night goes. Hey, but I also like his mind. I like his dedication. I love his passion. I love the fact that he is a true patriot. What we need is patriots. What we need are patriots. I am a patriot. You are a patriot. Anybody can be a patriot. The non-voter can be a patriot. Gavin Newsom, not a patriot. There. Now you see when I flash anger, people always think I'm like that all the time. It's like a thundercloud, and then I'm back to me. But I had to get that.
And that was hopeful, not anger.
Thank you. That's what I think. People always say angry, and I'm like passionate, and like, and I feel like I am like the cheerleader. Like, come on, we can do this, people. We've got this. Rise up. You know what's been happening to you. You know what the truth is. Stop suspecting it and go into the fact that it is a fact. Okay, let's operate from a point of fact at this point. Not that I get so many people, most especially American media likes to do this to me. So you feel this way. No, I didn't tell you how I felt about it. I told you today the sky was blue in Los Angeles. I did not tell you, wow, I feel really great or horrible that the sky was blue. The sky's blue. So it's like gaslighting, and they do it individually. And cult members, cult structural societies, what they mistake is that they, in the movies, and I grew up in one, I would know. I have like a PhD in that. But how I diagnose it in the US is, I'll take that as my test model, is that, where they always get it wrong in films, literature, this and that, is that it's portrayed as like this Svengali where everyone's just kind of nodding and it goes about in their drone-like way. It's not quite like that. There is the authoritarian, but then it's up to every single member of every single cult, micro or macro, to cross-hypnotize at all times. And if one person, say me, say you, say Larry Elder, say the punk weirdo that's like yelling truth from under a bridge, whoever you listen to, stands up and is like, no, we're not having this. You know what is true. And you just say it, and you take it on the chin for saying it.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about politics instead of nonstop yelling, check out our politics playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, watch our full episode playlist all right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.